All right, I was getting kind of excited because I want to connect the dots for you so you see how relevant the solutions I'm talking about really happen to be. Here's the deal. To support universal basic income, you have to create jobs that pays for themselves out of savings or by giving value that others are willing to pay for, right? So if you give more in use value and savings than it costs to allow you to have a meaningful wage, then it's a value for value exchange. Everyone wins. So what I believe is that there are more than enough unemployed health and social workers and mental health professionals and medical transportation providers and millennials that if we all learn to use VISTA, the VA's electronic health record, which is the most widely deployed, best supported health record in the world, and it's free to the public and open source and costs 1/10 that of commercial systems. So if we implemented this and then everyone learned to use it, we could adapt it for community-based health records, which are already used to serve veterans who are in every community across the nation. Now, the VA gets a 50% discount on its drugs because it negotiates on behalf of 8 million veterans. Well, there's 119 million prescription drug users in the US, so if we agreed to buy as a group and just 10% joined us on July 4th, 2017, Independence Day, then we'd have enough money to qualify for $200 billion in savings, which is enough to create more than 5 million jobs that pays $15 an hour, while at the same time, improving the lives of everyone that they touch. If you don't want to do healthcare and social services, maybe you can provide childcare services. You still need to learn how to use the case management system that's based on VISTA. So it's in this way that we can eliminate data silos and fragmented care for everyone, while improving the quality and length of life for people and communities that we serve. And most importantly, we can engage, manufacturers and government and academic scientists in finding ways to assess the toxins in our environment and then create mobile water treatment plants that we can ship to all of the abandoned malls and schools across the nation so that we can get clean water into those communities. And that's the foundation for health, as well as learning well. And to the degree that millennials might want to learn a trade, or even for veterans or other people that are looking for work, it doesn't matter. But if you want to learn a trade like electrical, plumbing, construction, landscaping, you can volunteer your time at a local safety net program or community organization. And if you log your volunteer hours using fires, everyone gets an account, then you can measure your cost impact to society as we bring new facilities online. So if the retail exodus means that there's a lot of unemployed people with time on their hands hoping to help someone in exchange for fair wages for a fair day's work, imagine this. If we gave them the equivalent of free insurance, discounts on medications and access to whatever public health and social services they need to live a productive life. Well, if we're helping each other and getting better outcomes and improving population health and consuming less costly care because we're actually getting cheaper medications because we now can use our ability to buy in bulk, use our buying power to shift the flow of profits into the corporations that support us as opposed to exploit us. We'll reshape the whole economy and build an inclusive and moral path forward that strengthens the safety net and allows us to play and compete in whatever space that the GOP comes up with after their draconian bills start passing. But what's most important is that we engage academic researchers in being able to help us treat our water for more than just lead. And we'll engage manufacturers in creating these mobile water treatment facilities, like a tractor trailer size pump and motor and filter. And we just wheel it up to all the places where we want to rebuild the community. And if we're now getting local health and social workers and mental health professionals to work together, imagine that they no longer have to have long commutes to go to find meaningful work, where they're belching out greenhouse gases and, contributing to global warming. Nope, they'll be in their own community caring for their loved ones and friends, and everyone's better off. And we're consuming less costly gas, which means we're consuming less oil, and there's less of a need for pipelines and refineries and wars for oil. And this is something that benefits everyone while, using clean transportation to get participants between appointments and assignments so that we just change the lives of everyone for good. And this is free. So what I'm doing is giving you a reason to be hopeful for the future. The resistance needs something to lean towards and actually do that puts the power back into their hands. Because like I've always said, you know, well, let me quote others, but you'll get my twist on it. You've heard that power concedes nothing without a demand, but the demand has to have teeth, and just yelling no isn't going to do it. You need a constructive plan that'll help these movements succeed where Occupy and the civil rights movement failed. We will save society enough money to actually be able to buy off the politicians by giving them twice what the oligarchs pay for them to step aside. And since they chase money, they ought to step aside quickly, and we will fill those seats with, a lot of good things, like health care for all. And to get these benefits, the huge volume discounts, where the 6,000% markups on medications is no longer something that affects Medicare. And since we're now, now we get a portion of those savings, that'll give us more than enough to pay fair wages to everyone. And that's how you get to a universal basic income, and how you pave the way to single payer without the price tag, as well as, without increasing taxes, raising the deficit, or requiring legislation, or, this is even bigger, hold on, or having to worry about overcoming the influence of money in politics, because we'll affect those businesses, we'll disrupt the entire industry, and we'll bring new products to market by working with the research community so that we can increase competition and therefore drive down costs as it relates to drugs, health and hospital services, as well as other things that are needed to put the power back into the hands of our communities and our people so we can live better lives and prove that the power of the people is stronger than the people in power. So that's it. Fires.org, a solution whose time has come. It's just an idea, but with your help, we can make it a real movement that will give all movements something that everyone wants. They all want access to affordable health care. They all want access to, good jobs, and they want to combat climate change. And they'd also like a universal basic income if they can't get a job. But there's no way you can't participate in this program and win. Fires.org. It's exactly what the nation's looking for, I believe. If you can improve upon these ideas, please do. This isn't about me at all. This is about we. And if you can't improve upon it, then please support it by giving just $1. Why? Because if we can get $1 from even 10% of the prescription drug users, who will get a lot more out of the program than that dollars that they put in. The fact of the matter is, if we got 10% to donate to our cause, we'd have more than enough money to make this program a near-term reality. So that's how we can that's how we can change the world. And that's how we can be hopeful for the future. Fires.org is real. And it's an idea whose time has come. And the only thing that's missing is you. So please support this cause. And finally, check this out. Hopefully you recognize that I'm not as crazy as I seemed. I just left the matrix a little sooner than everyone else. Because all you're doing is saying things differently. And it's been said that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So if you shift your focus from the things that divide us and scare us, give us a reason to resist what's going on. And if you shift it towards what you want, meaningful jobs, affordable health care, clean water, a reason to wake up in the morning, we all want this, and I'm giving you a path to it, and it's free. Just support this cause and spread the word with anyone you can, because time is running out. I would like this Independence Day to be the Independence Day of the millennia. And hopefully you recognize that everything that the white nationalists have said about our ability to influence society in beneficial ways that didn't come from Caucasians, hopefully they understand that there's so much they don't know about others. But if they would take a moment just to take advantage of the gifts we're offering, then they'd recognize that we have so much value to give just by being together. Abide by the golden rule, don't violate the rights and dignity of others, and all these gifts are yours for free. Otherwise, you just pay fair price, which might mean paying those 6,000% markups. So good luck with that. We'd rather you be a part of our, the better tomorrow that's emerging now. All right, so tell your friends, join fires.org between now and July 4th, 2017. No, join whenever you can, and donate $1 if you can, and don't pay attention to the news. Firestorm TV is going to start giving you a synopsis of everything that's going on from an empowered perspective to give you a reason to be hopeful for the future. Okay, so forget mainstream media. Fake news is everything out there because everyone has their own narrative and story and interest. And my goal is to help you expand your mind. So again, I'm not as crazy as you've heard. The industry and a lot of people are against me because they knew that the success of this program would take money out of their pockets, and they recognize that we're beholden to no one. 100% self-finance, independent, accepting no funding from lobbyists, politicians, or corporations. We're owned, operated by, and accountable to the members only, we the people. So this is how you can feel good about giving us $1, recognizing you'll get a heck of a lot more out of it in terms of relief and in terms of an alternative, which is the only thing needed to overcome the GOP's draconian bill. Let them know that there's something within reach that allows them to fulfill their goals without harming people. Remember, they want to reduce per capita spending on entitlements. We got it. They want to fix Obamacare. We got it. This is a nonpartisan solution to the biggest problems facing society. And it even proves to white nationalists and those who believe in the bell curve that it kind of refutes their core argument about people of color, women, and immigrants being inferior, because they have to, if you don't fear us, then you shouldn't have to cheat to win. And this is a solution that you've even got to admit will provide relief and support for you and your loved ones. And all you got to do is say thanks, and it's yours. Just let go of the hate, all right? And that's it. Firestorm TV episode, the official episode 1. Expect good things, because there's a lot more good going on than you've been led to believe. Take care, and keep hope alive. We're more alike than different and have common interests and needs. And if you support this cause, I promise you, you'll be glad you did. Fires.org.